All right, we're live. We're live.
Yay. What's
Another
up? This is Daryl.
what's up, Daryl? What's up? Another I Am the Industry live session. I'm Billy the Kid, Billy Smalls. I'm here with the Luckychops. Daryl actually is speaking right now. There's tons of other guys that are going to pile in a minute. But just introduce the band. Let everyone kind of know.
Cool. Well, so we have 5 folks in the band these days. We actually had 6 pieces for a while, but right now we've got a bit of a new sound, some new music. I guess you could call us a brass band. That's our instrumentation. I play saxophone and bass clarinet, on trombone and trumpet. Covering up the bass role, that's Raphael Buyo, and Charles Sams, the fourth, on drums. And I mean, I guess you could describe the way that we play as more like we're kind of all just trying to be singers, but we're stuck as instrumentalists. And so, which has its positives as well, because I feel like what we do is just kind of sing through our horns, and even our drummer Charles is actually singing through the drums.
I think it is.
Oh, cool! People are piling in right now. What's up? This is Josh McGowell.
How's it going, dude?
Hey, what's up?
Player.
What's going, man?
Here's Charles Sams.
My home.
Hey, I'm Josh.
Josh,
Nice to meet
you. Trombone. And then we also have Kyle on lights,
Cool.
and we have Tom on the mercs as well. We have our sound engineer and tour manager Paul.
Hey, man.
Also,
It's really cool and exciting.
so anyway, yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna guess moving into the back. Here, guys, can we do this in the back? Sure.
Oh, that was the interview.
Oh, man, we're still doing it.
All right, everyone's in the show mode. Oh yeah, here, Raphael Buyo's in here as well. So,
All right.
yeah, we can start with the couple of us right here.
All right.
Raph?
I think the spot before had like better audio. I know you guys are international out here.
Oh shoot, really?
It sounds pretty good now. I'll let you know if it gets a little fuzzy. But right now it sounds
Okay. Okay, cool. Here, I'm gonna give Raph another one of the earbuds that I have right now. I'll plug it over. Cool. Okay, well, yeah, so how's the audio now for you?
a little like computer love sounding a little bit, but
Oh man, well,
that sounds good.
I mean, my signal. Okay, cool.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
I'm doing all right. My name is Raphael.
Nice to meet you. I seen you guys on Instagram living it up.
Hey, man, we're having a good time out here, man. It's a lot of love. A lot of love.
Cool.
A lot of love. It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
All right.
So they're making the audio from this into a podcast.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, so we're not too concerned about the visual quality, more so just making sure the audio is 100%. So
Cool.
all right.
So we didn't actually. Because I didn't know what the question was.
Introducing everybody, and I happen to be in the middle of introducing everybody as all started walking in. So
that was
lined up
so bad. Stop me.
So anyway, as I was saying, Charles Sams on the drums. And we get our every night, which is part of our touring experience.
We're very grateful.
Yeah, and that kind of helps us replenish all of the carbohydrates that we work through during the show.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I was just gonna. That's one of the things I was gonna compliment when I was looking at that. What is it? The Ariana Grande cover you guys did. The music video. I'm not even a big fan of hers, but Leo P's footwork was like crazy. That's one of the things.
Yeah, some crazy footwork, definitely.
All right, so all right, well let's kick this off. I'm just making sure we have a stable connection before we really get the 411 on what's going on. So pretty much, how's the international tour going? I mean, like I said, it looks like you guys are having a ball. I checked out the Instagram. You know, you guys are getting good feedback. I mean, overall, Daryl, you kind of touched base with me a little bit before we went live about how it's been. I mean, do you kind of want to summarize that, or some of the other guys have some feedback on how it's been for them as well?
Yeah, we'll talk about how much love we're getting from people here. It's really amazing. It's humbling. Yeah, Raphael, you were mentioning ever getting a lot of love.
Yeah, just like on like every night. Tonight we were actually in Zagreb, Croatia. We've never been here before, actually, and I'm gonna just reveal how naive I am. Croatia sounds like a country it might be in the Caribbean, so I didn't even know it was in Europe. Honestly, put that in the podcast. I'm real. You know what? I'm learning every day. Learning every day. Life is a. But anyway, so like we've never been here before. But then there's like tons and tons of fans that just like show us so much love on a nightly basis. It's overwhelming. And yeah.
They even post for you guys. I saw the one selfie, Raphael, you had. I'm actually looking at it right now. And like you had like the camera turned towards you and the camera like all posed like this big. That's got to be like the biggest selfie ever in history. Like the largest.
Yeah. Well, it helps because like I'll just jump right on top of the rise there, and I'm generally like really I'm shorter than everyone else, so it's easy for me to just like take that selfie. You know.
Selfie taker.
I'm actually I get very cheesy in front of the camera.
But it's fun to connect with the crowd that one final time at the end of the show. It's just like a nice feeling.
Cool. Excellent. Any of the other guys have like any comments on that? Like, what do you guys pretty much the same kind of feel or?
Yeah, what are you guys feeling about the tour and like how it's like the reception and stuff like that? And, like we were talking about all the love we've been getting and how amazing.
I mean, it's still very new for me, so I mean, if there's a lot of love there. I mean, they've been on tour before me. No, I mean, you've been on tour for me. So for me, it's a lot of love no matter what. Even if 5 people show up, it's more love than I got at the bank.
Oh yeah, Charles. So Charles joined the band recently, actually. Full time, and we convinced him to quit his job and become a musician. I mean, he's already a good musician, but we actually convinced him to make it his career. So the second tour Charles has been on in Europe with us, and we the rest of us went on our first tour in May of last year, and each one has been like about a month to a month and a half.
Cool. Okay, a month and a month. So and going back to like the way you guys formed, like who's the lead? I know you guys started at LaGuardia High.
Well, actually, Raphael Buyo was the founder of the band.
It was Day Parade when I was a junior in high school, so this was back in 2006. I just wanted to get a band together because we're down in New York City. You're from New York, right?
No, I lived there for a little while, but I'm from Cleveland. I'm in Cleveland.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Anyway, so there's every summer there's a Filipino Day Parade, a Filipino Independence Day Parade, and so I wanted the band to play for it. So I got a bunch of my friends together, a lot of influences that we had at school, and from brass bands.
Yeah. We actually, in high school, Kevin Blanc, he was from New Orleans, and he was like the director of the jazz band. So he was super encouraging of us when we were, getting like a brass band together. He was like showing us some songs, and that was a lot of fun. And we got to just like march around the school like the day before Christmas vacation, and like play in the morning as kids would come into class and just kind of like just hang around and have fun. So that was awesome.
Cool. You mentioned that you got Charles to quit his job. Who was it that also convinced the rest of you guys to quit your jobs too and become an official band after like college? It's you.
For acknowledging that, because that is one of the things I don't feel like anybody really knows or cares about. But I actually got 3 people right here to quit their jobs, like their full-time jobs, just to be in a brass band. It doesn't make any sense. It's not logical, but somehow I convinced them to do it. I don't know why they did it, because it's crazy, but I'm really happy that they did, because I mean, we're all really just super happy and living the dream and very grateful.
Yes, that definitely had to be like quite very convincing, like to say, hey, quit your job. Don't worry about your bills. Just come live about your dream. That's crazy.
Right.
That's a gift in itself, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. That's really honestly.
that's crazy. So, all right, here's an interesting thing too. Like, you guys were just talking about the international reception is so you just overwhelmed by it. Why do you feel like it's better overseas than it is in the United States? Why is it that you guys are kind of like not as famous here?
It's a good question, actually. I feel like we've thought about a lot about that, why that is. And there just happens to be hundreds and hundreds years worth of brass music history. And I feel like it's very deep ingrained in their cultures. In so many of these European countries, they have rich heritage of brass and wind music.
Yeah, even like today, you have all these bands, like every country has their own kind of style, like their own tradition, where like these bands of people just getting together and just like playing for fun, playing at festivals, carnivals, things like that. And it's so widespread, and like I had absolutely no idea to sit out here. I knew about like Balkan brass band music, but that was pretty much it. And now like I'm meeting people in all these different cities and different countries, finding out about their different styles and like these different traditions of brass band music. It's really cool.
That's interesting. So do you feel like since you're picking up these different like cultural pieces as far as like music, obviously this is helping you grow as a musician. I mean, would you say that your playing has changed?
I think so, actually. I think like the energy that all these brass players have fueled us, and definitely for me, like when I'm performing or playing music, really, but especially in performance with Luckychops, I feel like the level has just been like really stepped way up. Just from feeding off their energy and responding to it. We could be playing the same songs that we played like years ago at a much lower energy level, but it feels like completely different music, just because of that crowd interaction.
Okay. That's pretty interesting. So one of the things, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this question out here. So what's been the hardest part being independent artist or independent band? You guys quit your jobs, you're out here living your dream, but I mean, it can't all be a golden experience, right? I mean, what would you guys say are some of the struggles being independent?
Independent as opposed to being like
Yeah, like
major labels.
right, doing it yourself and not looking at major labels to give you everything, and really just trying to promote yourselves.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we have like the whole way that we've gone about, getting more notice and like reaching a wider audience. I feel like it's kind of backwards from how a lot of bands go through this process, where like you go on tour and then people look up your social media, or you put out music and like, makes its rounds through the internet, and then people look you up and then they start following you. Whereas for us, we have these viral videos online and on Facebook and on YouTube, or videos that are shared a lot on YouTube. And so we're getting people like, tons of people all around the world pressing like on our page who have us, and maybe they just saw video someone said, and that's it. And so now it's like, so we just have this whole different system kind of that we're working in, where it's a matter of like, now we got to go reach these people who have just heard about it and now they're following us on social media. And so, it's about like providing them with something more to grab onto, and like really finding ways to connect with and share with all these people.
Okay. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I mean, and kind of jumping back when we're talking about like the reception internationally has been amazing because, like you said, it's ingrained in these cultures to just have a love of, pure music, actual music. Are you guys concerned at all about music appreciation here in the States? Does it concern you that people are just kind of not at all amused by true musicianship?
Well, I feel like because we grew up in New York City and we're all products of the New York City public school music education program, it's really a shame that a lot of these public school music education programs are being really just totally either cut out completely or the funding halved or more. And I feel like that's kind of a big contributor to why these instruments aren't so widely appreciated in America, at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a shame. Like, my dad's a teacher in New York City schools, or he actually retired recently. But he would tell me of schools that he's been teaching at where he's seen just like lockers and lockers filled with instruments that aren't being used because, like, it's not that they don't have funding to get the instruments; it's that they don't have funding to actually keep the programs in place. So it's really a shame. Like, I think that there's so many opportunities to put instruments into the hands of young people, and unfortunately it doesn't seem to be a priority in the U.S. in the public education system right now.
That's interesting. It was just recently published at Temple University in Philly. They have so many like broken instruments that one of the music directors or someone actually decided to put on an art display where they gathered all the broken instruments and put them on display to show like how terrible it is that no one's actually funding or contributing to music education. I mean, it's terrible. A lot of kids can't even get enrolled in like any music programs because the instruments are broken. Like, it's just crazy. I mean, that's an interesting perspective to really hear you guys kind of weigh in on that because that's of a concern. But I mean, just to kind of shift gears for a second, you guys talk about again how well the international audiences receive you. One of the things that I found, you guys do all just instrumental music, but you're saying that the crowds are so engaged that they're even adding lyrics to your music. Is that true? Like when you guys are performing and like they're adding lyrics, like can you make out any of the lyrics that people are adding to the music? I think we lost connection, actually. Can anybody hear me or see me? Okay. All right, so just stand by. We're still on air. These guys are international, so we lost connection, but we should be reconnecting shortly to All right. We're back.
Okay. We actually just started moving again. I thought we were staying in one place for a bit longer.
That's okay. We're
But,
still good.
It seems like we're pretty good now.
Okay, cool. So just jumping back, I think we were talking about public music education and all that kind of great stuff. The one question I had.
Yeah, also like the people singing along.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. People will sing syllables to our songs. You know, they'll sing along with the melodies without any words, which is really cool because, you know, people don't have to understand any language. And, you know, it's a way to connect with lots of different people who otherwise wouldn't necessarily be able to communicate that easily.
Okay, that's cool. That's pretty cool. You guys say you make music to heal. I think you kind of, Daryl, I think you kind of touched on that earlier before we went live, that you are kind of experiencing like the healing power of your music. Can you kind of, you know, elaborate on that and talk about what, you know, that aspect of your music?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's so important for all of us. Myself, you know, when I practice, I mean, I'm pretty much always practicing, you know, I'm practicing and putting intention into every breath and every note, but specifically I'll spend a lot of time focusing on putting that healing intention into the music, like into each note, and, you know, working on what that actually feels like, you know, translating it from the breath into that note that then gets channeled towards the audience. And so for me, you know, that's like is an important part of pretty much every aspect of my life. You know, to receive messages or even have people come up to me after the show and say, "You saved my life tonight," like that happened last night at our show in Prague. You know, that just it's so heavy, and it really makes me want to work on that even more.
How did you it was so wait, some guy just came up to you at the end of a show and was like, your music saved my life. Did he provide any details like as to how?
No, no, I mean, I wasn't, yeah, I was a little kind of shocked that someone just came up to me, and when she said that, it's amazing. You know, I didn't really push for more of an explanation.
Oh, okay.
But, just to that period. You know.
Well, we've had instances though where we'd receive messages like, I believe it was like me about a couple months ago. We received a message from a military vet saying that he was on the brink of suicide, and our music helped to save him. Which I think that's also an extremely powerful, you know, way to see how music is healing. You know, I think people, when they listen to music, I mean, they generally listen for. For myself, I listen with intent. You know, either to try to get a message or even just for myself. I find it as a very healing entity. Also, some days, you know, I'll be like either like really just confused, or even just like when I'm on tour, you know, missing home. I'll just put on like one of my jams that I like to listen to, and like within seconds, like I get really excited. My endorphins are just like they're, you know, racing again, and I can like really feel this like visceral that the music connected with my emotions has helped to uplift my spirits. Which I feel is also the exact same way that people feel when they watch our shows. I think just generally we give off so much energy on stage, and with knowing that the amount of energy that I can give off can help make someone enjoy, you know, our performances, you know, that much more. With that same idea that our music has the power to heal.
That's interesting. You guys also talk. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You guys also talk about eventually. And you know what's so interesting about the band, about you guys? You're not really looking for fame. You're not looking to really go mainstream from what I get. One of the things you guys are trying to do is really get into music therapy. Like how do you plan to break into that? How is that going to work out?
Are we connecting to a speaker? Or?
No, it's just for power.
Oh, it's okay. Well, actually, so I went to school for nursing, and I'm a registered, and I worked for a year and a half at a hospital out in Brooklyn. During nursing school, like I or even I'll go even further. I back in high school, I knew that I wanted to go into nursing, but also at the same time, I just have this amazing like passion, just large, so immense for music that I when I did get into college, when I got into nursing school, I was just trying to find ways that I can be able to experience both passions, music and nursing. And music therapy just seemed to just fit that exact same mold. So now I'm in the process of trying to, I guess, get the right pieces together. I'm with the help of my school of nursing in New York, and with I think we'll probably start at LaGuardia High School, where the three of us went to school. We'll students, just like myself when I was in high school, who either if they have an interest in healthcare, or they just generally want to reach out to those who may need with their music, to be able to use the music therapy organization to be able to get into the places where they can perform for others. Which when I was in high school, I didn't have that sort of outlet. Where I was still kind of confused as to which direction I wanted to go. Did I want to study music, or did I want to go into nursing? This organization, I could be able to provide students. I could provide students with I guess the clarity, or just like the ideas of where they can take their careers, and two, with patients in either like hospitals or long-term facilities, the opportunity to be able to listen to music by these students.
So the whole band is really down for the whole music therapy thing, or is that more like kind of your, just your ultimate goal as a musician, or is that like everyone's kind of aim?
I mean, we never talked about having the. Are you saying like the band, like as Luckychops, performing at a hospital for music therapy?
Yeah.
We actually did, like, what was it, last year or 2 years ago?
About 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, we actually went to the hospital that I worked in, and we walked around. And I think it was like right before Christmas, and I was actually on ukulele and baritone horn, and I sang also. And Josh Holcomb, he plays trombone with the band, but he was on guitar that day, and Darrow was on flute and clarinet. And so we were just like with all of the instruments that which is more appropriate for a hospital setting than our loud instruments. And we were able to walk around for the patients, and just be able to, even just like 5 minutes of our music was able to help anxiety and tension of being in a hospital. Just like the whole idea of just like not being sure what's going to happen next. You have doctors walking in, nurses walking in. You're still trying to heal, but then for 5 minutes sort of peace, which is something I would still love to be able to do, in the future. But more, I think the organization would be based primarily to be able to give students outlet in a healthcare facility, and also as a patient outreach to be able to give patients the opportunity to be able to this music as a form of therapy.
Okay, that's interesting. I've never heard like musicians who don't, their primary goal is to get money and be recognized. You guys are really in it for the love of music, and even more, I mean, healing. That's pretty amazing. Definitely, I've never heard a musician say anything like that or that deep to that. I mean, it's so weird. You're talking about you pretty much, save someone from suicide. You said it so nonchalantly, like, oh yeah, I mean, had this vet, like, like that's phenomenal, man. Like that's crazy. That's pretty crazy.
It's kind of surreal. The whole idea that we have this effect, like I feel like as a person, I would never be able to do that. I feel like I could try to build up as much courage as I can to be able to try to stop someone and let them know that they are loved, and that they do have purpose in this world. But to be able to do that through music, through our instruments, like I still I don't know.
I mean, it shows us that there's a real power there. It's not just like, a nice idea or poetry. It's a real thing. So we have this duty now to really explore how far we can take it. Of music as a healing force. The potential is, to us, it's limitless. I mean, it's already gone so far. It's amazing.
That's cool. I know you guys did you guys were on the Girl Code as a band, did some music. You guys have had like some mainstream success here in the States. And you cover quite a few popular artists. Who would you really want to collaborate with? Have you guys kind of talked about that as far as like a mainstream artist?
Yeah, we have some different ones.
Yeah, we had different thoughts. What about you, Josh?
It's a good question, honestly. I know I really like Sia. A bunch of us do. We think she has an awesome voice and a really powerful voice. Could be cool to do something with her. I mean, that's hilarious and like that would never happen, but it'd be cool. It'd be fun.
Yeah, my pipe dream collaboration would be something with MIA.
I was with that one too.
Yeah, I love her music. I love what she's done with integrating like different world dance cultures. I think that's something that we work on in a different way as well. Backgrounds here in this band, and we're taking music from a lot of different places and bringing it together. So MIA is definitely like my musical collab pipe dream.
I guess we'll go around a circle. I would really like to work with Ed Sheeran. He does a lot of really cool stuff on guitar. With effects, and I feel like we'd just be able to help to complement his music. I think he's also really smart in terms of just like the way he is to be able to write music.
That's cool. Have you guys gotten any? Oh, go ahead. Hey, wait, I didn't see the other guys in there.
Definitely Sia.
Oh, that's
for sure.
For Sia, both of
Two
you.
team Sia.
Yeah.
Definitely Sia. She's amazing.
Kyle.
I'll say Kyle.
Kyle is our lighting manager.
Oh, really?
Probably Sia.
No, stop it. I'm just saying that.
Choice A or choice B?
So many bands, my gosh. Probably Sia. It has to be.
I mean, I would like to do something with like Music Soul Child or like John Legend, some of my favorite singers. Would be pretty cool. And those guys, I mean, I've seen them live. I've seen their bands. It's pretty ridiculous. So to do something with them would be definitely dope.
All right.
We have a lot of different ideas, but we find a place to connect all of it in our music.
And I could hear that. You guys do so many covers. Have you guys gotten any like special shout outs from any of the artists you've covered? Like any kind of reposts or whatever?
The guy who wrote
that's awesome.
The guy who wrote Funky Town sent us a message when he heard our cover that was going viral.
That was hilarious.
And the bass player for James Brown, right?
Oh,
Richie Collins reached out to us on
yeah,
Facebook.
that was cool.
Yeah, and we cover I Feel Good.
It's like a medley with Funky Town. Yeah, but we've been focusing a lot more on originals lately. Like we still play some of our covers, but we actually stopped playing a lot of them, which is funny. I don't know. It's I just think we're getting like we're getting more into creating music ourselves. It's more of a priority for us now.
That's cool. Why do you guys feel like you kind of stopped doing covers? I mean, were there any like copyright issues involved or anything crazy?
No. I think we just really just want to push our original music more so than covers. I think covers. What's great about covers is that, they're easily accessible to the general public. Like people will hear our music and then they're like, oh hey, I know this song. Wow, that's a really great rendition of that song. and which will help them, get turned on to our music. But then I guess for us as Luckychops, what would be more of a priority would be to get our own original music out there so people can appreciate us for what we do. The band has some really, really great composers. Josh and Darrow have composed many of our tunes. Josh Gall has a tune that we played and that we're gonna get to do hopefully eventually. I've written a song called Mo 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 that I would love to be able to do by the summer. I think I can say that we're proud of the way that we were able to compose, and we want to be able to push that.
Yeah, I think it's like at different times, your expression comes out in different ways, and I think a lot of people find a lot of deep expressive potential in doing other songs, making their own kind of versions of it. We've done a lot of that in it, and we've had some really great musical. And I think right now we're just really feeling more like we need to be creating our own music, and so that's just kind of the direction that we're going in. It's just like really following those natural feelings and inclinations and callings.
That's interesting. Cool, because I know you guys like primarily are showcased as a cover band. Like if you Google search you guys, like, oh, they're like a cover band. It's like it'll definitely shock the world to see you guys come out.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because like with the brass band tradition, like especially like New Orleans brass band tradition in the U.S., it's like a very normal thing for brass bands to do like different pop songs, but it's kind of more like a brass band version of it as opposed to just like a cover band. Someone like just kind of replicating the song. It's like brass band style of it, and so that's kind of like how we started doing covers with that kind of approach. But then I guess people who don't know about brass bands started hearing about, and so it was taken to a different context, and which is still cool. It's not a bad thing, but like, we like people whose only frame of reference would be like to call us a cover band, would start to identify us in that way, and also because like we got noticed mostly for our covers, early on in our like time getting noticed by people.
But I would even just generally say that I think most bands start as cover bands. I think it's I mean even just a lot, I would say a lot, right? Or at least in our genre of brass band music, even just like stepping outside of brass band and like taking a group like Pentatonics, right? When they started on YouTube or like on their reality show, they were doing covers. They didn't have any original stuff yet, until the point where they were able to captivate all of America and the rest of the world, and then they were able to start pushing their original stuff once they were able to create that music. I think it's a smart it's a smart tactic to be able to use the covers to be able to get yourself to the point where people recognize you. And then they can appreciate you for the music that you create, and then eventually, transition into being a band that does many covers.
I get it. Yeah, I guess what's so shocking is like you pointed out, like all bands pretty much start out doing covers, but you guys like kind of your popularity like soared almost out the gate. So it's like you just became immediately known for covers. Like a lot of bands will start out solo doing covers, and they're like unknown for a long time. By the time it seems like they're recognized, they already have original pieces. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's just my take on it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So let's talk about something interesting. You guys are loved internationally. You guys are like the Beatles, pretty much, wherever you guys.
Wow, that's flattering. Thank you.
That's how I see it by the Instagram photos and like all of the reception. Would you guys? How are the ladies treating you guys internationally?
Oh, my girlfriend is great. She's back home in New York. She's awesome. I love her so much. I love you, Dad. Love you.
Yeah, I always make sure spend some time talking to my fiance every day. Working on planning our wedding right now.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Same story as him, but same exact thing. Engaged as well. and planning our wedding too. So you got two of these almost married guys.
So 40%.
So wait, are you guys?
I have a beautiful Dominican woman at home who would magically appear here right now if I said anything that was not the truth. So I just try to keep her about it.
That's true love.
Yo, you're the 20% host.
That's crazy.
You have stories.
Yeah. Well, what are your stories, Josh?
Hey, so are you guys gonna play at each other's?
Close enough.
Are you guys gonna play at each other's weddings?
Sure, everybody got that.
Joshua Gowell.
Hey, are you guys planning to play at each other's weddings, or how's that gonna work out? Hey, can you guys? I think we lost connection again. Stay tuned for part 3. We're still live. Hey, can you guys still see me? Can you hear me?
See you, but
Okay, I can hear you now.
Oh, cool.
okay.
Okay, looks like all right. Looks like we're back on. Okay. So my question, I think, so how's that gonna work out? I mean, are the guys playing at your wedding, or how's that?
Oh yeah, so I was saying, I guess we got cut off. It's funny because we spent a lot of time, like many years, playing weddings all the time, and it's the thought of asking these guys to play at my wedding. It just feels like a weird kind of like blast from the past.
No, Daryl, I'll do it. I have a particular price, you know, and I can have my management team contact you, and you can negotiate it together. I can see the address of our American agent that I use to contract my wedding.
Okay, do you think you can cut me a deal?
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know.
Excellent. When can we get this original music? Do you guys have like any kind of release dates for this stuff?
Yeah.
So
totally. We have an EP that we're very excited about.
It's called Walter EP.
It's called Walter EP, which is named after in the same kind of style as Raphael's sousaphone, which is also named Walter, but Walter sousaphone. And it's kind of a little fun inside joke, if you will, the band has, where and things that are named Walter because Raphael loves the name Walter.
I do.
And so we decided that this EP, since it reflects, you know, for us, a much truer kind of sense of what we want to be doing with our music, the only true way to name the EP would be Walter. And so we have 5 originals. Yeah, 5 originals, and then another cover, which is the Beatles song Helter Skelter. We got on and do our own kind of fun thing with. So we're actually done with all of the recording and production and post-production and everything, really. So we're just getting everything ready to release that, and we're really excited. And we're going to do a show in New York in the spring, which is still being worked on. And yeah, I'm excited for people to hear it.
Totally. So we've been playing them live for so long now that we know that went really well to them, which is really, really awesome. And so to actually translate that on recording, step in that. So I'm pumped about that big time.
Cool. How do you guys pick which covers you want to do? Like, how does that work out?
We just ask.
Kind of were just like, hey guys, let's play Helter Skelter.
Yeah, so, I mean,
That's what I said.
Yeah.
It's like,
Everyone's like, no. No, let's do it.
The good thing, you have so many like musicians from so many different backgrounds. You know, when you pose a question like, you know, what covers do you guys want to do? You got to get so many different.
We would all
covers,
say
so many different things that we listen to them all and we decide like,
Yeah.
let's do this one. So
Yeah.
Skelter was kind of like a
I think we're frozen again. I think we're. I can't make out what you guys are saying. I still have visuals, sort of. You guys can still see me and hear me. They just crossed the border, so we lost connection. We're just sitting tight for them to reconnect.
Hey, sorry about that.
Oh no, that's okay. That's all right. You can hear me and see me, right?
Yeah, how about you?
Yeah, perfect.
Cool.
Just crossed the border.
Oh wow, okay. You guys are really about that life, man. You guys are real backpackers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I guess I was talking about this idea about how we pick out covers. A lot of it is just about us all being open to each other's ideas. Same thing when we bring in originals. We're always open to try all the music that we all want to play, so that we can each be realizing our individual creative expression and needs, while also helping each other and encouraging each other to and really empowering each other to achieve their own creative expression as well at the same time. And we kind of help each other shine that way.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. As far as like this original music, is there like an expected release date? Is it coming out in the next few months, next year?
Yeah, either March or April, right?
Probably April.
April.
Yeah. it's all finished, and we're just trying to, figure out what we want to do, release it, probably plan a show in New York and stuff like that. So looking like it'll probably be April.
Where can people keep up to date on a single release? Where can they follow you?
Our social media is a pretty good place. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and our website, luckychops.com.
Yeah.
Those would be the main places.
You can even sign up for our mailing list.
Yeah, mailing list. Yeah.
We have that too. But mainly
All
Facebook.
right.
Facebook, that's our biggest reach, biggest network right now. So we try and push a lot of news stuff and just a lot of updates there, pretty much every day.
All right, cool. Also, I guess at the Luckychops is on Instagram.
That's right.
At the Luckychops.
Yeah, at the Luckychops.
Cool. All right, and you guys want to give any special shout outs? Any, anything you guys want the viewers to know, or listeners rather?
Oh man, there's so many.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to the band kids.
Yeah.
Big shout out to the band kids. Yeah, there's a song that I wrote that it was in memory of my teacher, Connie Crothers, passed away in November of last year. Or sorry, I think it was before then. The memorial was in November. Playing the song on our last tour, and I always like to dedicate it to her, and also to music teachers and parents who support their kids playing music, and young musicians, because I think in these times it's so important that young musicians are feeling empowered to be creative and to find their voice. And I always tell them thank you for doing this. Thank you for bringing the light into the world, and encourage them to continue to do that through music.
For me, for me, I feel like it's really important for us to use our platform also to let people know that they should be free to express themselves for who they are, and however they wish, especially artistically. That's what we're all about. But also just in general, just be yourself, and that's we don't want to ever try to be get to the place where we're posers, or where we're not being sincere, or we're not being real, and that we're above anybody else, because that's just not who we are at all. So we want to always just be real with people and encourage them to be themselves, and not to live in fear of any kind, and just be themselves.
And along the same lines, and just going back to your thoughts on music education in the States, I think it can all be helped just by the whole idea of playing musical instruments. I think there's a real big stigma on being a musician. Even coming from elementary school, middle school kid age, going straight into high school. In a lot of places in America, you have this social hierarchy that exists, where generally the big kids they're not they're nowhere near the top. And I think with what we're doing, if we could change the whole perspective of the way people look at music, and show them that it could actually be really cool and a lot of fun to be involved in playing music, then maybe the demand for younger kids to want to be musicians will increase. The pressure on the school systems and just the higher agencies to be able to put in different or to try to make music programs more accessible. So I think if we can make music cool again, then we'll do it.
Yeah, music needs to be made. No. I think music is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it is pretty cool. I like it.
Excellent. And so with that, man, I mean, let you guys. Have you guys been having any? How was it lugging around all that? Your instruments and everything through customs and flying. I mean, is it exhausting? Is it taxing? I mean, I'm sure it is, but I mean, is it really?
Yeah, it's annoying. There's always that fear that something's gonna get damaged or lost or something like that. I'm happy that I get to play on my instrument. You know, like piano players, they have to go from place to place playing on a new piano every night. I at least get to bring my instrument that I love and feel as an extension of myself.
Interesting. Have you guys ever like lost anything and had to replace it and, you know, got in a situation like that?
Drum stuff.
Yeah.
Always drum stuff getting lost and missing and broken. you open up bags and skins are bust and stuff is missing. It's always the drum stuff. I mean, you know, the guys with their horns, they get to kind of keep it close to them, or, you know, it's kind of one thing, whereas like a drum set has like so many different pieces. This is very easy for something to go missing or get broken.
That's interesting. That's crazy. Wow. Well, definitely, man. We love you guys here at IAT.
Thank you.
Industry.
Thank you.
And before you guys go, if we can just get you guys to, you know, give us that drop, let them know who you are, and let them know this is I Am the Industry.
Cool. Who wants to do the drop? All right. What's up, everybody? We are the Luckychops. Hey. And it's very late at night here. And we are with I Am the Industry. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
This has been a lot of fun. So good to meet you. And I hope we get to meet all of you and connect with you through music in the near future.
Totally.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. It's been a pleasure. I love the energy, and just stay up to date with us. I mean, you know, we'll post on you guys. Let us know what new stuff is coming out, and, you know, we'll make it happen. So
Cool. Looking forward to it. And let us know if we can like send you some stuff. We just did some new photos recently. So, you know, if you need any stuff to go with the media that you're putting out, we can facilitate that.
definitely, we'll be in touch for that, no doubt. Because yeah, we'll get this up and running. I'm about to end the live broadcast right now.